What's up everyone, this is Alex from Father's Love, Father's Heal. I'm back in the garden today. I want to talk about beneficial bugs. So in my goal of being the most organic gardener as I can, I don't use any sprays, pesticides, anything like that. I'm trying to incorporate a more natural way of gardening, and that includes bringing in beneficial bugs. So I've placed some dead logs in my garden just to give the bugs a place to live. And also I make sure I have plenty of mulch on the ground, lots of mulch in my garden beds to keep the weeds down, keep the weed pressure off the plants, and also give the bugs a place to hide in the winter time so they don't all go away or they all die off. So that way when spring comes, I already have a good population of bugs in my garden. And yes, I will have some bad bugs in there too, but my goal is just to keep the population of good bugs alive in the garden so they can eat all the pests. So today I want to do a bug hotel, and all that is just a little house with pine cones and straw and twigs and different things like that, just to give the bugs a dedicated place they can live, so my population is up high. And also I'm going to incorporate this year, which I've been doing more, is lots and lots of flowers. I'm going to have this thing filled with different flowers, marigolds, snapdragons, stuff like that. That way I give the bees and all the wasps, all those different types of bugs, food to keep them in my garden and not to go anywhere else. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So all I'm going to do is have some cedar fence posts, and those are cheap. Those are $3 at Home Depot. I'm going to cut them at 15 inches long, and they're about 5.5 inches wide. And you want to pick cedar just because cedar doesn't rot as quick as regular pine, and you don't want to use pressure treated just because of the chemicals in the pressure treated wood. And of course, because I have my CNC machine, I got to put a cool little design on there. So I'm going to etch in Bug Hotel on either side of the house, and then I'm going to paint them black. Then I'm going to put different levels into the Bug Hotel. So what I'm going to do is walk around my garden and just pick up little twigs, pine cones, leaves, straw, anything that I can put in there to give the bugs a place to hide and a place to live and keep them in my garden. Okay, so here is the finished product. This is the Bug Hotel, and I have different sections here to put different litter from the garden. Maybe I'll put some straw here, pine cones here, some twigs here, and maybe I'll do like some leaves and leaf mold here. So you can do whatever you want, and you can make one big one or multiple different sections. I just did mine like this just to do a little bit different. So this is the part I cut out on the CNC machine, Bug Hotel. I painted this black, and then I sprayed it with a polyurethane. Nothing too fancy, real quick and easy, just so it stands out a little bit in the garden. I buried a 4x4 over here, and then I pre-drilled 3 holes, and I'm gonna drill this into the 4x4, and I have my bucket of twigs, straw, different things here. So let's go over here. I'll put this on a 4x4, and then we'll fill this up with all of our garden litter. All right, so I have it put up on my 4x4, and it's not too far off the ground. I'm gonna try keeping this one closer to the ground. Ones in the past that I made, but they weren't as nice. They were just kind of piece of wood screwed together. I put them up in the air, high in the air, and they really didn't get much traction. So this one I'm gonna try keeping it closer to the ground and see how that does. So let's fill it up. Let's see, here I'll do. So this whole area is all my annual growing. These beds, you can't see here, but these beds over here and behind you, I grow all my corn and all my other annuals, and over here, same thing. So I want to try to keep the pollinators in this area. I don't want to keep them down there where I do have fruit trees, but I want to keep them more in this area, and because these are all my annuals. So I'm gonna try this out this year. I think it's a fun little project, something cool to have in the garden. I'm trying to make my garden as inviting as possible for people to walk through, because I just love talking about this stuff with people, my neighbors that walk by. So I'm just trying to make it like a cool little place that produces food and can be fun for the kids to teach them, because my kids bring their friends over, which I've never seen anything grow on the ground. They have no clue where the food comes from. They just go to the supermarket, there's the food, and they get to pick fresh food, and they're always shocked about the quality of the food. Like my raspberries, people are always blown away. Like, this is how raspberries taste. And same thing with tomatoes. People hate tomatoes until they try a cotton candy tomato, which tastes like sugar, you know? So I wanna every year improve this garden and just make it a really, really cool spot. So try making something like this at home. You don't have to be, you could just take 4 pieces of wood, screw them together, and that's it. You don't have to do something like this. I just like to make something visually appealing and that's functional. So I hope you like this video. If you want to see any of my woodworking stuff that I do, check out my website. I'll put a link down below. And give me a like and subscribe, and I'll see you at the next one.